I didn't think it's gonna be this fast, but I got a donor car and I'm gonna go pick it up now. Woo! Here we are. Hey man, that's for you. Before we get into the main event of this video, I finally decided to pick up an engine hoist. I was gonna rent one just to save money, but I found one for cheap that I think I could just resell it for the same cost I bought it after I'm just done with it. And also at this point, I don't know how long it's gonna take me to swap an engine because I've never done it. So it's better to just have one and know I'm not, you know, pressured by trying to finish it in like one day or whatever, how long I actually rent it. I'm pretty psyched. It's actually been over a week since this has been in my driveway, and like it still hasn't hit me that I got this car, because I wasn't even planning to get this for honestly probably at least a year, and even then I really wasn't having any concrete plans on getting one. But here is a 2006 WRX. So as you can see, it's the Hawkeye and it's right here. I can't, oh man, like every time I look out my window I see this in the driveway, I'm like, it just hits me again. And yeah, so now I wanted to give like a quick walk around of it, of what it looks like and what it has on it, because it is modified, it's not a stock car. And overall I got it for a cheap price. That's why I kind of ended up with it. Literally a weekend ago, Saturday night, I was just on Facebook, saw the post for this, and I think it was up for like 5 hours or something, and I told the guy, oh, I'll come see it. Took a quick look, I left, and then I was kind of hanging out with friends, and I decided to just give this guy an offer that was lower than what he was asking, obviously. Didn't think he'd take it, but literally like 30 minutes later, he's like, okay, fine, I'll take it. And I was like, oh, well, I guess I'm getting a WRX. There are, like I said, there's mods done to it, but I know very little about WRXs, so I barely know what is on this, like while looking at it. I know a couple things just by what's done to it. I just don't know like the brands and what the exact, you know, parts they used on it are. First, I'll just take a quick walk around because this body is not perfect, but I just want to show you how it looks. So like from far, like I think it looks so good, but starting off in the front, this bumper, I think the previous owner said he replaced it because of some damage. I don't think this has been an accident, just, you know, visually nothing looks bent, but the front bumper is from a different car, and you can kind of tell that the paint is kind of different. This one, the bumper is kind of faded and like looks like it's kind of lost its clear coat, and you can kind of see his little paint chipping and stuff. I didn't really care too much. In the headlights, I didn't actually even know it until I got it home and noticed the light. There are like some demon eyes or whatever it's called in there, so it has a little red light in the middle. I really don't care for that, but it's there. Coming around, it looks pretty good. And then, well, actually probably could have shown this at the start, but it has some work wheels. Keep forgetting what it's called, but I'm sure a lot of people know what this is. I've seen it a lot around, especially on BRZs. A lot of people actually run the reps of this one on the BRZ, but it does have this. I'm kind of happy this is here. I don't know if it's real yet. I think it is. It does have like the work logo on there, but I always wanted this bronze colored wheel for the BRZ, so I'm really hoping this kind of fits okay on that car. I don't know about the offset and all that, so we'll see. I might be switching it today actually, because I have my track wheels on there, which I don't like dealing on because they wear out real fast. So I might put these on instead of the other wheels that I had for the BRZ. Anyway, looking down the body, there's a couple small dents that I actually noticed after I brought it home. Just like at certain angles you see it, but it's all over the place, tiny dents, which again I really don't care for. It's alright, I don't mind. And then coming at the back, this is like the worst part of the car. This rust kind of travels up a bit, bubbling there. It has an STI wing, clearly that's the biggest thing on this car, and it has this little rear roof spoiler. I don't know what it's called. And then coming around, the back looks alright. It's really dirty. It has an aftermarket, I think, a turbo back, if I remember correctly what the guy told me, but it has a stock muffler welded to the back of it because it was too loud, and I think the guy was getting in trouble with the cops, so he just welded the stock muffler to the end. Again, I have no idea what the brand is. I think he said Turbo X, maybe, I don't know what I heard. Then coming around this way, this is I think the worst rust in terms of like the damage. I just kind of noticed there's like this usually like a trim piece here that I don't know, just gone. Other than that, there is like some surface rust down there, but overall, I mean, for the price, I really didn't care. I just cared that it was actually running because I actually drove it home and it survived, so pretty happy about that. Coming in, this car actually has a remote start. I've never had a car with that, so I thought that was pretty cool. And so the way this car starts, I actually don't need to press the clutch. If anyone knows, cars from Japan actually don't need that because that's just a safety feature that I guess they do in North America. But I guess the wiring done to this lets it kind of start without pressing the clutch, so that's kind of cool. One obvious thing is this Android kind of tablet here. It's pretty cool. It has like Apple CarPlay, a bunch of apps. You can have like Google Chrome up on it. I've never had anything like that, so I want to see if I can pull it out and put it into the BRZ because I would actually use that. Other than that, I think, yeah, there's a shift knob. It has STI seats. I think these are V8 just from what the guy told me. Again, I don't know what the difference between the different years of STI seats look like. It came with additional wheels. These are winter wheels. I don't know. I'll probably look at it someday, but it just all wrapped up, and then like the other two is in the trunk, so not that interesting. Other than that, the interior is, I guess, stock. Oh, actually, this reminded me. So this car is on some coilovers. Again, forgot the brand. I barely remember anything the guy said. I was just surprised it was running. I guess you can kind of tell it's lowered, but apparently the rear ones are kind of blown. And when we went for a test drive, you can kind of hear clunking in the back. He said something was seized. Again, I don't care because I'd probably replace it with something I like anyway. I think the brakes are stock. Again, I don't know what WRX brakes look like. We have cute little pink lug nuts. I need to go. I have no idea what this guy was thinking. It doesn't really match anything. But we can move on to the under the hood. Alright. It does have those little hood struts, so it's kind of cool. So, obvious thing, some intake. It does have the word Cobb on it. So I guess it's some kind of Cobb intake. The other thing it has is a blow-off valve, which this is my first turbo car, so that was actually kind of cool to experience the kind of turbo noises and stuff. I don't know what the brand is, but it does say Turbo Smart on it. I'll have to figure it out. I'll probably make another video at some point when I figure out everything that's actually on this, because there could probably be more stuff that I haven't even seen yet, so I'll have to figure that out at some point. And I think that's the only things that are under here. This didn't happen before, but the hood doesn't want to shut. So let me just stand in the shade. So now I do have a purpose for buying this. I mentioned it before, but the GC in the garage, the final plan for it was to WRX swap it. Again, if you saw my videos right now, all I was doing was actually, I was gonna take out the motor in it right now and actually re-gasket, rebuild it, just because it is leaking oil from somewhere and I don't even actually know. So I just bought a whole gasket kit. But now I have this. And this is the donor car for the GC. And basically, I'm going to be taking the engine, drivetrain, everything basically, the diff, all the way from the front to the back, and putting it in the GC. So this is an RS, or 2.5 RS. I barely have driven this too, so I still think I want to fix up this engine and enjoy the car as it is. And then someday, probably in a year, or at least next summer, because we're kind of coming to the end of this summer. Is going to be winter soon. It's going to start snowing, and it's just going to be a pain to actually do a swap on this. So for now, I'm trying to finish up rebuilding this motor just for this summer and maybe drive in the winter or something. So this is officially going to be the donor car for the GC. But just before I do it, I'm probably going to just drive it around as it is and have some fun with it before we take it all apart. And I think this will be really fun. So that is it, the 2006 WRX donor car.